Episode Heresy, the third and final episode, a potential saving grace of Destiny 2, is now in full swing. It's been a long and tough road, with player numbers dropping abysmally low. Let's talk about it. Episode Heresy's main focus is the Dreadnought, a hive ship created by Oryx. Oryx was killed back in the Taken King expansion for Destiny 1 and has since left the Dreadnought dormant, or at least until recently. With Zero Wrath using the Dreadnought to funnel Taken and Hive units into the system, it is now our job to prevent this by taking the use of anchors, objects used to transport Taken and Hive throughout the system away from Zero Wrath, and instead turn them onto the enemy and use them ourselves. I won't spoil anything. If you have not already, play the first mission. Bungie has awarded us with an amazing episode intro and is well worth the experience. So, how does episode Heresy work? The main thing you'll be working with this episode is the core encounter, being named the Nether. And the boon system, from what I can tell, the boon system works slightly similarly to the tincture mechanic from the prior episode. Hopefully. Or at least, as far as my testing is aware, the boons do in fact work as intended, which of course is always a plus. The Nether holds some interesting difference from prior encounters, the main focus being the healing. You do not heal naturally like you would in any other encounter. Instead, you must rely on healing builds and healing buffs that you get from within the encounter. Players' health is increased by 200%, and the amount of health you regen through orb pickups and healing builds does feel dramatically decreased, but that is due to the player's increased health, so I don't think it's... I think it's okay as far as, you know, it goes for episodic encounters. Though Bungie are looking at tweaking this slightly, so we may see the healing be bumped up a little bit, so you might be able to heal a little bit more, but personally I think it's okay where it is at the minute. But player thoughts that I've seen around on Twitter and everything like that, they're a bit 50-50, so the Nether also works on a revive token system. This encourages players to maintain their health like a sort of like a resource, and encourages a lot slower gameplay due to the lack of natural overtime healing like we normally have. Within the Nether encounter, there are several small objectives you and your team must complete. For every objective you complete, a Taken tree will spawn alongside a chest for loot, offering different effects. Some are buffs, and some are buffs with hefty nerfs alongside them, so be careful what you choose, as it may turn out for the worse. For each 3 objectives you and your team complete, there will be a boss fight within the centre of your current area. The Dreadnought is split into like 3 main areas with smaller areas within those areas, so once the first boss is defeated, the tree will spawn again, and you will travel to a new area and complete another 3 objectives with the same outcome. However, after you complete your second set of 3 objectives, you will face the final boss, being, as of right now, a super tanky Tormentor. I will admit, first time playing through, it was solo. I struggled with the Tormentor. I died so many times. I'm not good. I wouldn't say I'm a good player by any means. But oh my god, I nearly ran out of tokens. The episode artifact is a tablet of ruin, an ancient tablet Oryx used to transcribe the instructions of how to take a life form. Absolutely read the lore tab. Please, 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 please read the lore tab, or watch My Name is Bife's video on the tablet of ruin, because oh my god, the lore. The main things you're going to be using this season mainly consist of sigil shards, essentially the episode's main currency. You earn these by completing the Nether activity, and earn extra by opening chests, and you can also shoot little taken balls that appear whenever you kill some enemies, and they will explode and break into a couple of sigil shards that you can pick up. You can use these to buy certain buffs that you can then turn on at the beginning of every nether encounter you begin. So when you load into the nether, when you first spawn in, there is a little green skull that you can interact with, and you can choose what buff you would like to be applied to this run. The second item that you'll be using essentially mostly throughout the season is Metastasized Essentia. Whoa, okay. Editing crayons. I messed this part of the video up completely. I originally said that Metastasized Essentia were things that you only got from chests, and that you then had to use them to open a chest to get more of them. Listening back to the audio, it makes absolutely no sense. It's not at all correct. Metastasized Essentia are the white spiky balls that you can find that you can then pick up around the Dreadnought. When you pick these up, they immediately go into your inventory, and then you can use them to donate to a taken totem within Heresy's flat to gain extra rewards. The Essence of Desire is a third resource that you will have to manage. It's a resource that you can find from completing the Nether encounter. You also have a chance of earning them from chests that cost the prior resource to open. You use this on your Tome of Want, an object that allows you to target rewards earned from chests after completing certain objectives. So we have an item called the Tome of Want. Essentially, what it allows you to do is to choose what kind of reward you would like to receive more often, or have a higher chance of receiving. You know what it is. You know what it does. I don't need to explain that one. Another main item you'll be interacting with within Heresy's flat is the Shaping Slab. This is where you can earn rank up rewards from completing the Nether, and where you can use your sigils to purchase the buffs you can use within the Nether. So yes, it sort of looks like a mirror, but taken. It's just a slab of stone that sort of looks like it could potentially have been a mirror, at least at some point, but it's like a mirror that's been taken. I don't know how else to describe it. That's essentially what it is. What are my thoughts on the season so far? Bearing in mind it is currently Friday. Season is currently, so it's currently Friday, the 7th of February. The season released on Tuesday, prior to the same week. So it's only been 3 days. What are my thoughts? I love it. This season, at least, I keep calling it a season, it's an episode. The episode, at least in my opinion, is worth playing. The activity that you get within the episode is genuinely quite fun. It does have matchmaking, so you don't have to have a fire team that you've pre-made to go in. You can just load in and play with some randoms and just get it done. The rewards are really cool. The weapons, I'm sure you've probably seen some of them. They look amazing. And some of them that you can get, some of the rolls are incredibly good. I'm using them literally all the time. I do not take them off. They are incredibly good because they fit my playstyle so well. You'll see some footage of me using these weapons in the background as well. One thing I do have an issue with, and a lot of people have this issue, due to the voice actor strikes that happened recently, some of the dialogue is missing. So subtitles have been turned on by default. I do not know whether you can turn them off or not, but to be fair, I haven't tried to. So you will just see dialogue just appearing in the bottom of your screen and not hearing any actual audio. It is a massive problem because the amount of times I've been in my inventory and there is dialogue appearing at the bottom of my screen, and I haven't noticed it until the last second. It is incredibly annoying. So I have missed out on some subtitles that I probably should have read because I'm massively into the lore. I love this game. I love this game. Granted, I did stop playing it for a month, but over the history that has happened recently, can anyone really blame me? Overall, I think we are off to a good start. We've got, as of recording, it's currently 2:33 p.m. As of recording, we've got the dungeon race coming later tonight, so that's going to be fun. I'm going to be streaming that as well because I'm going to be doing the dungeon race with two of my mates. So hopefully this video is out before then. You can follow me on YouTube. I'll be streaming on YouTube, same channel as what this video is being posted on, so be here for that. The armor looks incredibly weird. I'm just gonna say it. The armor looks seriously weird. It is Hive-esque, reasonably so. We are in a Hive episode, but it just looks weird. I don't like the look of just the normal episodic armor. So every time, because you get buffs for wearing the armor, every time I put an armor piece on, I have to put an ornament on it because I just don't like how it looks, and it bothers me because fashion over function. It's just how it works. But no, all jokes aside, this episode is panning out to be incredibly cool, and I am excited to see where this goes. Which leaves me with one more thing to say. I nearly cried at the first mission. I'm just going to say it. I did nearly cry at the first mission. And I hate Bungie for that. Because I don't cry. I'm a very manly man. I don't cry at all. And a cutscene almost made me cry. So, F you, Bungie. But no. That is going to do it, though. It's mainly just a rough rundown of what the season's like. It's just... I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying out a new type of video, so we're going to see how this goes. Alright. If you have made it all the way, thank you so much for watching. Or listening. If you want to listen instead, that's fine. But I appreciate you being here regardless. Thank you so much. See you next time.